Welcome to Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. Submarines have long been regarded as silent sentinels of the sea, operating in the depths, unseen and unheard. Yet, despite their advanced engineering and rigorous training, they are not immune to tragedy. Today, we bring you the haunting story of the Peruvian submarine BAP Pacocha, S-80, a vessel that met a tragic fate in 1988. This is a story of misfortune, survival, and heroism beneath the waves. The BAP Pacocha, S-80, was originally an American-built submarine, constructed during the final stages of World War II. Commissioned in 1944 as USS Atule, SS-403, the submarine was part of the U.S. Navy's fleet and served in the Pacific Theater. After decades of service, the vessel was retired from the U.S. Navy and transferred to Peru in 1971 under the Mutual Defense Assistance Program. Renamed Pacocha, the submarine became a key asset to the Peruvian Navy, patrolling the Pacific waters along South America's western coast. By the 1980s, the Pacocha was an aging yet still functional attack submarine. Although its technology was outdated compared to newer submarines, it remained a vital part of Peru's naval strategy. However, the years of service had taken a toll, and on the fateful night of August 26, 1988, its final mission would unfold in disaster. It was a routine return journey. The Pacocha had completed its operations at sea and was heading back to its home base in Callao, Peru's principal naval port. The waters off Callao were familiar to the crew. Many had navigated these routes countless times before. But at approximately 8:10 p.m., disaster struck. Out of the darkness, a massive Japanese fishing vessel, the Kiowa Maru, suddenly loomed in the path of the submarine. The ship's crew, unaware of the submarine's presence, did not take evasive action in time. The Kiowa Maru collided with the aft section of the Pacocha, causing catastrophic damage. The impact was devastating. The stern of the submarine was severely breached, and within moments, water began rushing into the compartments. The force of the collision sent shockwaves throughout the vessel, knocking crew members off their feet and causing chaos below deck. Inside, the situation turned dire quickly. Water flooded the engine room and adjacent compartments, disabling crucial systems. The crew, trained for emergencies, sprang into action, sealing off compartments and trying to counteract the flooding. But the Pacocha was losing buoyancy rapidly. Commander Daniel Nieva, a seasoned naval officer, assessed the situation and realized the submarine was sinking. He knew they had only moments to act. In a desperate attempt to save his men, he ordered an emergency surface maneuver, hoping to bring the vessel to the surface long enough for the crew to escape. But the damage was too severe. The ballast tanks, essential for controlling the submarine's buoyancy, had been compromised. The Pacocha managed to rise slightly before beginning its slow descent into the depths. For the crew trapped inside, survival became a race against time. The submarine continued sinking, eventually coming to rest on the ocean floor at a depth of approximately 43 meters, 141 feet. Some crew members managed to escape through emergency hatches, using special breathing apparatus to reach the surface. However, for many, the path to safety was blocked by flooding and structural damage. Peruvian Navy rescue teams were immediately dispatched. Divers worked against the clock, battling poor visibility and treacherous underwater conditions to reach the trapped sailors. In a harrowing operation, 22 crew members were successfully rescued. However, 8 men, including Commander Daniel Nieva, perished, some trapped inside, others choosing to stay behind to assist their fellow sailors. Commander Nieva's sacrifice became a symbol of leadership and duty. Witnesses reported that he remained in the control room, ensuring as many of his men as possible could escape before he was ultimately lost with his ship. Following the disaster, an official investigation was launched to determine the cause of the collision. Reports indicated that the Kiowa Maru had failed to detect the Pacocha in time to avoid impact. Maritime communication errors and poor visibility were also cited as contributing factors. In the wake of the tragedy, new protocols were introduced to improve the safety of naval and civilian vessels operating in shared waters. The incident remains one of the most tragic submarine accidents in Peru's history, serving as a stark reminder of the dangers faced by submariners worldwide. The sinking of the Pacocha is a story of loss, heroism, and the unpredictable nature of the sea. It remains an important chapter in Peru's naval history, and the bravery of its crew continues to be honored. Today, advancements in submarine technology and safety procedures have significantly reduced the risk of such disasters. However, the memory of those who served aboard the Pacocha lives on, a solemn reminder of the sacrifices made in the depths of the ocean. The ocean holds many secrets, and the sinking of the Pacocha is one of them. an echo of history that reminds us of the courage of those who serve beneath the sea. This is Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. More untold stories await. Until next time, stay curious. Fact check: note this story has been verified through multiple historical sources, including Peruvian Navy reports and accounts from survivors. While efforts have been made to ensure historical accuracy, details of the event may vary slightly depending on individual testimonies and official records. Sources: 1. Peruvian Navy Archives, official records on the BAP Pacocha, S-80, and subsequent investigations. 2. Survivor testimonies, first-hand accounts from rescued crew members, as documented in Peruvian naval reports. 3. Maritime accident analysis reports, studies conducted on naval collisions and safety improvements post-incident. 4. News articles from 1988, reports from Peruvian newspapers covering the disaster and rescue efforts. 5. Naval history books and publications, research materials detailing the history of the USS Atule, SS-403, before its transfer to Peru.